Well, let's move on from Forbidden Fortress. Let's talk about some of the other things that we played. So we went to Robinson Crusoe, which you brought down, Davis. Tell the listeners a little bit about what that game's all about.
Robinson Crusoe: Cursed Island is a standalone. It's not an ongoing story. You're not character building. It's a one scenario off game. So there's a whole bunch of different scenarios, and there's going to be even more once I get the expansion that came out from the Kickstarter. But right now there's 12 in the
also man of charity.
Box. Yeah, yes, in the small company that is.
Yeah.
So you can play as a soldier, explorer, cook, and who else was there?
The carpenter.
The carpenter. Yeah. So there's 4 characters. You can play male or female. They all have different abilities. And you're just trying to survive certain scenarios. And it is known as one of the harder games. And that was not the case for us for a very different of reasons, because we forgot a couple of I forgot a couple of the rules. So it definitely made it easier on our first playthrough, and then we kind of leveled up the game in our second. But our first one we did what did we do?
We just did the standard get rescue scenario in our first game.
Oh yeah, we did the standard one because that was a good intro, and we got rescued on the first day that you could get rescued.
We were looking just for a light vacation.
Yeah,
even though we ignored a couple rules, I do think that our team synergy was as such that we would have succeeded anyway.
Yeah,
we also were rolling really well.
Mm-hmm. There was very few turns where we didn't succeed at some things, and that usually doesn't happen in that game. So it was nice to see, and we needed a little victory under our belt to go into the next one, which we did, which was going against Kong and trying to trap Kong to bring him back to New York to do the film. And we had to make sure that some of our film crew survived, but we needed the director and the actors to survive. And we had to build traps, explore, all that good stuff. And again, we rolled pretty well. It got a little hairy at the end. And I think if it went one more turn, it wouldn't have gone well for us. But I think we timed it just right. And that one was a lot of fun. I've been waiting to play that one since I've gotten it. So I'm glad I got to do that with you guys.
Yeah, I was excited to play it as well. I know Jeff was waiting for a long time to play that game. Marco, what do you think about Robinson Crusoe: Cursed Island?
Stranded on the island, I felt I was completely ineffectual and didn't contribute anything to the game. I was like, what's going on? This is okay.
What do you mean? You were hunting?
Barely. But Kong Island was much better. Just how we kept falling into these kind of like traps of events and having all these implications of the cards affecting our turns, how much damage all of us were taking and losing morale constantly. I like the pace of that one a lot more. Yeah. Knowing all the rules helped.
we still didn't play by one, which we found out after, which would have made it even harder.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We still won.
Yeah, I really like the Kong scenario. I love the whole narrative, how it played out, and how all the tiki markers were in like a hard line that just segmented the island. Mm-hmm. Like they showed up in the right spots narratively. Yeah.
There's one thing I did want to...
Yeah, it's like...
Well, there is one thing
like Kong drew a line down the map. So,
exactly. That's where he had his territory. There's one thing from Forbidden Fortress that I did want to mention, though. Again, in terms of the game, knowing a lot of things narratively happen in that game that just feel, it's so in fitting with our group of characters or whoever you're playing, and that's, I think, the sign of a really well-made game. But one of my favorite things that happened in terms of storytelling in that game is when the last mission that we did going into the other world, which is the belly of the beast. How we entered the belly of the beast is just a map tile we drew, is that we entered through the beast's sphincter. We went in through the beast's butthole. And of course, our first thing to do in there was to scrounge for treasure in the beast's butthole. And like that map tile, like it tries to expel you or crush you or whatever it is in this. It was too perfect that is where our heroes, yeah, exactly, constricts. it was ridiculously perfect that's where our ragtag band ended up going into the beast through its butt. I was very tickled that happened to our group.